Alright, so it is time to start on part 3 of the blaster build. I received the crankshaft and the rod assembly, and I also received the stainless steel bolt kit for the case. So I can go ahead and start putting the lower end back together with those parts. I haven't received the piston just yet, but this is going to be a big enough task for me as it is because I've never done it before. So I'm going to see if I can get that rod and crank assembly in there, put it all back together, seal it all up, let it sit, let the sealer do its thing, dry up and all that, and then maybe in a couple days we'll receive the piston in the mail, and then all we'll have to do is just put the piston on the rod and slap the head on, and I guess we'll be done with that. So what I did order was, like I said, the stainless steel bolts and the crankshaft, which came with new seals, a gasket, and then I also ordered a spring. Remember, if you've seen my last video, the spring was missing from the clutch assembly. One spring and one bolt was missing. Still waiting on the bolt actually in the mail. I think it showed up today. I gotta go check my mail. But the bolt for this is in the mail, and then I also got the 2 bearings. Definitely need those because, if you remember from last time, this bearing here is totally shot. It doesn't. That's all it does. It won't spin all the way around. So obviously that one's shot. So we'll change both out. Whatever. Also, so while I wasn't really doing anything while I was waiting for the parts to get here, I also painted the front rims black, like I did with the backs. Actually got the plastics already painted too. They're right here, ready to go. Check out the grave digger. Check out these sounds. This thing is awesome. Watch this. Yeah, he doesn't quite get the gas pedal thing yet, but he'll get it pretty soon. We'll start him out on that, and then we'll get him on this. He already wants to ride it. Oh, Lucas, you already want to ride it? It's not ready yet, maybe in a week or so. Alright, cool. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this for now. So here's everything we got for the bottom end. Seals, bearings, bolts, crankshaft, and this gasket. So I'm assuming to go ahead and change these bearings out, I should pull these seals off first. So what I did to pop the seal out was it came from the back side. I stuck my flathead right here and wedged it in between that seal, and then took my hammer and just popped it here a couple times, and then it just fell right out. Just like that. Now I will try to attempt to pop the bearing out. So I'm going to try to pop it out by using this impact socket. It's like the perfect sizes for this. So I'm going to set it there, kind of gently hit it, see if it just pops right out. So we'll see. Alright, it's already loose. I can see it coming down. Just gonna keep there it is. This was the bearing that doesn't work. Alright, cool. We got it out without damaging the case. That's good. Alright, so I got the first new bearing in. This is the new one. Here's the old one. Now the way I put it in was probably the wrong way, but what I did was I kind of just took this towel. I placed the bearing as center as I think it could get, and then I placed this over it like that. Took the old bearing, centered it right, you know, just perfect on the new bearing, and then took this hammer here. I know it's big, but I wasn't hitting very hard on it. I just wanted the really flat tip, wide flat tip, and then I was just kind of like tapping it in a circle, and that worked. That seemed to put it in. Looks like it's seated all the way. I used the towel because I didn't want to get debris from this old bearing into the new bearing, so that's why I put the towel down. But it's in there now. Right after I got done putting it in, I was thinking, wait a minute, could I have just put the bearing in with this thing, these puller and pusher tools? I'm not sure, but either way it's in. And now I can put this one in now. I got one more bearing to do. And then we can put the seals in wherever they go. So I installed all the seals that came with the bottom end kit. There was about 5. There was this one, that one, this one here, and then there was one on here somewhere. Where was it? Oh yeah, it was under here. There was a seal under this little wheel here. And then I think that was all of them. The only thing I was left with was these 2 O-rings. I'm not really sure where they go. I know that there's an O-ring under this cap right here for the oil, but I'm not sure if that's where these are supposed to go. Maybe it goes in the view hole. I'm not really sure. But I did get all the other seals in, so that's good. And then I also figured out how to get the transmission gears back on. They're ready to go. I just put this one and this one on together at the same time, and then I installed this, and then the 2 shift forks that go on this side on this tube, and then the 1 shift fork that goes over here on that tube, and then I put the counter balancer thing on. Everything really just pushes right in, no like pressing or anything, it just goes right on. So now I can grab the new crank,
that Batman,
and we can press it in.
crank that soldier boy. Oh, no.
There's the new crank. So as you've seen, I got the crank just kind of slightly pressed in as much as I can with the rubber mallet. Just, you know, I was gently hitting on here. There's a little cap. So it's in where it needs to go. So now we just have to hook up the puller tool, or yeah, it's gonna pull it in, I guess. So we gotta hook that up. Real quick, just so everybody knows, most of these parts, when I'm putting them back in, I'm using a little bit of transmission fluid on just like the ends of things, wherever something has to go in, you know, press into something. I just kind of dabbing my finger in the transmission oil and just kind of, you know, rubbing it on whatever, and then just kind of put it all together. That way, when I do go to start this thing, it's, you know, at least kind of oiled. That way I don't mess anything up. Like I put a little bit of oil on the end of the other side of this crank where it's going to press in. And then I also just spread like a little bit on that bearing there, and, you know, just here and there. I don't know, maybe it'll help, maybe not. Who knows? Well, that thing worked pretty well to pull this thing in. It was pretty easy. Now, I guess we just got to put the case on, I guess. That case right there. And I think we also use the same puller to put it on. I just went ahead and put some gasket maker on the case because I'm going to try to put it on right now and press them together. Alright, cool. This feels like a big accomplishment. I got the two case halves back together. Pretty much what I did was, obviously I put the liquid gasket maker on the case, one of the sides, and then I kind of just put this case, I tried to put it as close as I could, you know, through all these, and it was about 1/4 inch from this case until it felt like it kind of wanted to stop. So I kind of was like slightly shaking it around, and then it started getting closer and closer. And then I got these two clamps out here, one for this side and one for this side. That's kind of like where the engine mount goes, and the other engine mount over here. So I just kind of slowly started clamping both sides down, and it actually wasn't that hard. I wasn't really cranking on it, and it just kind of slowly came together. And as you see, the rod's in there, spins. Yeah, and it's together. It's got a nice seal. So I think we're good. I'm just going to let it sit here, dry up and whatnot, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to start putting the rest of, I got all this stuff in baggies, everything that goes on this side. And then I'll work on that case. But for now, I'm just glad I got the two cases back together, the rod's in there, so I feel accomplished. I'm going to go ahead and try to put the crankcase, left side crankcase bolts on. I have these clamps, obviously just holding it for now, but I'll start putting these on. And to put those on, everybody says to use the anti-seize on the stainless steel bolts, so we'll do that. Those things look pretty cool. Got them all on. There's 3 in there. And there's about 7 all the way around the case. I put them all on hand tight, and then I went through twice and kind of did like a torque down. And yeah, so that side of the case, the bolts are on. And then when we get the cover over here, can put those ones on. So now I'm about to put the Magneto and the flywheel back on. Alright, cool. The Magneto is bolted in now. It was just this Allen screw there and that one there, and that's it. And then make sure you put the little wood riff screw key thing in there. And then now I can put the flywheel on. It's got that little notch right there for to go onto there. So yeah. Alright, now I just got to get this bolt here, put it on the flywheel, and then this part should be done on this side. Now I can install this gasket here and that little gasket on this side. Wait, is that for this? Yeah, the big gasket goes there, and the little gasket goes right there where the oil injection that goes. I think I'm gonna delete that oil injection thing. I already ordered a block off plate. So if that plate gets here before I'm done with all this, then I'm gonna just put that on there. But I can get this on for now. Alright, I got the gasket set on this side. So now I can go ahead and place the black valve, the black engine case on. What I used to hold this gasket in place, because it kept trying to slide down. Where's it at? The same stuff that I used to seal the main cases together. It's the silicone gasket maker or whatever. I put that all the way around this side and then pressed this gasket onto it, and it works really well at holding it in place. And then now all I gotta do is just slide that on top and bolt it down. Alright, so I just pretty much set it down without putting any bolts in it yet. It's pretty tight, the fit. I mean, it's almost flush. So now we'll put in our new stainless bolts. Should be the it's either these ones or these ones. I think it's these. Yeah, so let's go put these on. Alright, so this side of the case is on. Got the stainless hardware put on. I'm going to hold off on this. I'm still waiting for the block off plate to come in the mail. So I took off the oil injection pump and all that crap. So all I got to do is just put the block off plate, I guess. And then I can close that back up. But for now, I mean, I'm damn near almost done. I just got to do the head now. I have the piston over there. But I have a little issue with the piston because You'll see. Now, if I'm correct, these are the two little washers. Here, let me open it. Now, tell me, do these look right? Are they supposed to be like that? I thought they were supposed to be an actual circle, but I'm wondering what that bend is about right there. So I'm like, did this get bent somehow when they were being shipped here, or what? And then I got that. This is a stock sized piston, OEM Yamaha. Probably should have went. Probably should have just got a Wiseco forged piston, but I ended up just getting this. So, I mean, if they come with these from factory, they'll be fine, or it'll be fine. Yeah. So, pretty sure I can just bring that over. Well, I got to put this gasket on. This one here, the green one. Not sure if I'm going to use this copper one or not because there's already one on the head. The head's already put together. And I think it's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with the one that's already on there. But I guess it's just a few bolts. I can just take it off and double check, I guess. But I got to clean the inside of that head up. It's all dirty in there and kind of rusty. Got the sprocket back on. That was pretty easy. Just the two bolts and a little washer thing. That's it. Actually, I am going to take this top part of the head off because in the bolts I bought, I got brand new bolts for it. So get them ugly ones off and we'll put these nice stainless steel ones on. And that's it. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. Look at that. Inside of there. Gotta clean it all out. Couldn't get the top of this that clean, but oh well. Pretty happy with how the inside of the cylinder's looking. So I went ahead and put the little clip in on this side of the piston. And then I also got the gasket on. So I'm just about ready to install the piston onto the rod. Let's see, so now I can leave that there. Got to get this little clip off. There's a bearing here. It doesn't look like there's much oil on it, so I'm going to take some of my oil and rub it on there, I guess, and then on some other pieces, maybe here and right there. So I just pretty much put the piston right here, and I took that long rod and just kind of stuck it right through there, and it went right through it to the other side. But what's holding it there is that other clip that I already had put in there. So now I just got to put this other one on this side, and then the piston will be installed. Alright, cool. Now I got the other clip in. The piston can move like this, but there's zero up and down movement. Yeah, I'm trying, but it doesn't do it, so. But yeah, it's on there. Cool. Now I just got to put the piston rings on, and then we'll slide that head on. So I opened up the piston rings, and you can see that there's a letter T on it. See that? I'm assuming that means top. So I'm gonna install them with the T facing up. Alright, cool. Piston rings are installed. Alright, I'm going to attempt to slide the head onto the piston. I oiled the inside of the cylinder on the head, and then I oiled around the piston. So yeah, let's see if we can slip it on. Cool. As you've seen, that took about, what, 2 minutes to slide the head on. Now, we can come back over here, get the top piece of our head and our new cylinder head stainless steel bolts, and we can bolt this on. And before I forget, I got to put this little copper gasket on. I think I put it on right. Pretty sure. I mean, I'm going with the arrow that's on the piston. It's kind of like a little arrow on there. Just following it the same way. I think that's how it goes. Shit, I don't know. All the stainless bolts are on the top now. I also put the lower bolts down, or on. They're all torqued down. It's almost ready to go. I'm installing the reed valves now. I even got bolts for it. Alright guys, we made it. This motor is ready to be put back in the bike. There's nothing else I could really do to it. I have some leftover bolts, but that is for the oil pump cover, which I'm not going to put on until I receive the oil pump block off plate in the mail. So I have to hold off on that. Exhaust bolts, obviously I ain't going to put those on yet. You know, after this thing's put in the bike and then I get the exhaust on, then I'll obviously put those on. And then we have left crankcase cover, which is the cover that goes here and then covers the sprocket. I'm going to wait on putting that on too until I'm, you know, kind of done with everything, and then I'll put that on last. So yeah, I'm pretty much done with the full, you know, build of the engine. Like it was just a simple build, you know, Wiseco crank and rod with a stock OEM piston, OEM size. Yeah, so pretty much done. Here's another look of the bike, how it sits right now. Looking like a little beast, even though it doesn't even have a motor in it. Looks like a little baby Banshee. Ready to go.